Before you hand over the house keys, stop. Because that one decision could cost you everything. Your rights, your financial security, even your children's sense of stability. I've seen people walk away from their homes thinking they're doing the right thing, only to realize they just gave up their biggest leverage in the entire divorce. So before you pack those boxes or sign that paper, listen closely. When a marriage ends, it's not just between two people anymore. There are lawyers, judges, real estate agents, and sometimes even the IRS watching from the sidelines. But the most important person in this process is you, because every professional has their own agenda. Lawyers want to close cases, agents want to sell, courts want order. You're the only one who truly understands what that home means, not just financially, but emotionally. I've seen cases where one spouse pressured the other to leave the home for peace. Sounds noble, right? But the moment you walk out, it becomes a legal and financial chess game, one you're already losing. Sometimes, even your ex's lawyer might suggest temporary arrangements that quietly turn permanent. The question isn't just who's asking you to hand over the keys, but why they're in such a hurry for you to do it. Let's be clear, your house isn't just a place to live, it's an asset. In most marriages, it's the biggest one. It represents equity, security, and bargaining power. But when you hand over those keys before things are finalized, you could be unknowingly giving away that leverage. Many people believe leaving the house is a sign of cooperation, that it'll make the divorce smoother. In reality, it often has the opposite effect. The moment you leave, you may lose possession status. That means your ex could claim they're maintaining the home, paying the mortgage, or creating stability for the kids, all things the court loves to see. So what seems like a small act of peace can become a giant legal disadvantage. There's also the emotional what. Your home holds memories, laughter, family dinners, your child's first steps. Leaving too soon can leave you feeling powerless, like your story was erased overnight. But trust me, understanding your rights before you walk away is the most empowering thing you can do. Timing is everything. You should never move out or sign over property until you've had a detailed settlement plan in writing. One that's been reviewed by a lawyer who works for you, not a mutual one. If you've already filed for divorce, wait for court guidance or a temporary order. If you haven't, start documenting everything: bills, repairs, mortgage payments. Courts look at who maintained the property, not just who owned it. I once worked with a woman who left her home thinking it was temporary. Months later, the judge saw her ex as the primary homeowner, since he'd been paying all the expenses. She lost her share of the equity because she left without legal protection. The when isn't about emotion, it's about strategy. Divorce laws differ everywhere, but the concept of marital property is almost universal. In community property states like California or Texas, everything acquired during the marriage, including the house, is split 50-50ths. But in equitable distribution states, judges divide property based on what's fair, not necessarily equal. That means if your ex convinces the court they've been maintaining the home or the children have adjusted there, the judge might award them exclusive possession. So before you leave, look into local property laws or consult a family law expert in your state. And where also matters emotionally. Your home is often your anchor during chaos. It's where your children feel safe. If you leave too soon, you could be creating instability not just for yourself, but for them. Because your house isn't just bricks and walls, it's your bargaining power. When divorce settlements are negotiated, whoever controls the house often controls the conversation. That doesn't mean you have to fight for it forever, but staying until a fair agreement is reached protects your leverage. Here's the harsh truth. People often give up their homes because they're emotionally exhausted. They want the pain to end, even if it means losing financially. But 6 months later, when emotions fade and reality hits, mortgage payments, rent, legal fees, they realize they gave up the one thing that could have secured their future. I've seen parents regret it deeply, not just for the lost property, but because losing the home also affected custody arrangements. Judges prefer to minimize disruption for kids. If your ex stays in the home and you don't, they may automatically seem like the stable parent. So the house can indirectly decide custody too. Here's the good news. There's a right way to handle this. First, don't rush. No matter how toxic things feel, don't leave without legal advice and a written agreement. Second, document everything. Keep track of repairs, bills, maintenance, mortgage payments. These prove contribution and responsibility. Third, stay calm and cooperative. You're not refusing to leave out of spite. You're protecting your legal rights and ensuring fairness. If staying together under one roof feels impossible, ask the court for a temporary occupancy order or nesting arrangement, where kids stay in the home and parents rotate in and out. It's not forever, but it shows the court you're prioritizing stability. And finally, get your home professionally valued. Don't rely on emotional assumptions or your ex's estimate. Knowing your home's true worth puts you in control of negotiations and prevents lowball buyouts. Before you hand over those keys, remember, you're not just giving up a house. You might be giving up your financial foundation, your parenting advantage, and your peace of mind. Divorce can make you want to run away from everything familiar, but walking away without a plan can haunt you for years. So take a deep breath, slow down, talk to your lawyer, Understand your rights. Because once those keys are gone, it's not just doors that close, it's opportunities. And you deserve to walk out of that house on your own terms, not in